Hello everyone, this is Randy Malden here to share with you the Supply Chain Resilience Program 2020. We created this program in response to the coronavirus pandemic that we've been experiencing for the last few months. Based on that, we've seen Navy ships go into New York to help these crises up there. We've definitely seen an impact on the supply chain, as we can see in media reports all over the world, and it's affecting everyone. Specifically, we can see that the coronavirus has challenged our understanding of how supply chains need to operate and be resilient no matter what is going on, because the bottom line, it's not over. As we look back in history, we can see that supply chain has always been a critical part of success. Even Napoleon Bonaparte saw that amateurs discuss tactics while professionals discuss logistics. Eisenhower stated plans are worthless, planning is everything. And planning needs to be taught at every level. And when you go through our program, we're going to help you develop the plans, understand the plans, and exercise the plans so that you can see how logistics implements and attacks your plan, anticipate different problems, and exercise your plan to make sure that it is process driven, not emotionally reactive. Even the ancient warrior Sun Tzu saw that the line between disorder and order lies in logistics, which makes you key, the supply chain professional, the supply leader, key to success in any situation. A lot of times companies feel that software is the solution, and I can tell you that software is not success. It is a tool, and you need people to use that tool to implement successful supply chain solutions, especially in crisis scenarios. The reason is people make decisions. Computers gather information for people to make decisions. You may have experienced a team that was struggling figuring out what to do. You may still be struggling to figure out what to do. But you want a team that's working together, so you need to prepare. We need to prepare, and the way we're going to prepare is we're going to show you how to adapt and overcome anything using the military planning process. Because today, more than ever, we have to protect our organizations, our company, against changes in the economy, vendors disappearing, and even the competitors who are making decisions faster than you. So far, we provided you several videos giving you the tools to be successful. Rapid supply chain planning, how to create resilient supply chains, and even leadership in those supply chains. Myself, with over 20 years in the Marine Corps, doing various things involved in the supply chain, being operational, being able to actually operate in austere environments because we developed the correct supply chains. Captain Howard Knapp, same experience in the California Army National Guard, where he has real-world experience responding to crisis in the domestic theater by responding to wildfires and other things in California to make sure that he was able to protect his homeland. We went through various mind maps to show you what you need to do in rapid response planning, resilience planning, the framework to build your supply chains, leaderships, and even how to build an emergency operations center. All of this was put together to show you what we're getting ready to do in the supply chain resilience program. In this program, we're going to put together your resilient supply chain in 3 phases. First, we're going to train. We're going to train you on what to do and how to do it. Second, we're going to build. You're actually going to build your supply chain resilience plans. And then we're going to exercise these plans with tabletop exercises and various real-world scenarios so you can see how well your supply chain will be able to respond to any situation. Specifically, we're going to break it down into 10 weeks. The first 4 weeks is all about training. The 5th week, you're going to build your plans, and we're going to help you with coaching and giving you advice so you can have the right plan for the right situation. Then we're going to do the tabletop exercises. Not only is this an exercise, but this is a competition amongst teams that we're going to put together from the classes. and you're going to be given situations and develop solutions, and then we are going to judge which team does the best to respond to different situations. Even more details. Week 1, market research, market intelligence, process mapping. Week 2, DISC training, which is behavioral analysis, stakeholder analysis, vendor analysis, and forecasting. Week 3, engagement with your stakeholders, your vendors, building your SOPs, structuring your EOC, Emergency Operations Center, and building a communication plan. And week 4, starting to refine and assess these plans by making sure your leadership is engaged, you have a solid communication plan, and you're actually engaging decision makers. Then we're rolling into building your plans. You now have the tools to build out your plans. We're going to share with you some case studies to give you examples on how to build your plan in different epidemics, natural disasters, and man-made disasters. And then we're going to start to prepare for the tabletop exercises. We're going to spend a week preparing for the tabletop exercises, making sure you have the right technology, that you're testing your technology, make sure your teams are set up, and then we're going to explain the game. And then weeks 7 through 9, we're actually going to do the tabletop exercises, where each week you're going to be giving a new scenario, and your team is going to meet to develop a supply chain resilience plan to be able to operate in these environments. And then the last week, we're going to tell you the results of our competition, highlights of the different scenarios, who did what, and then give our awards, and then tell you our next steps. What you can expect is a weekly schedule. On Monday, you'll get new content, either webinars, templates, action plans, things to do to help you get ready for the tabletop exercises. On Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time, we are going to do our group coaching calls. And then on Saturdays, any assignments will need to be submitted and completed so you can get feedback and get ready for the next week. Again, week 1 through 5 is training, week 6 is setting up, week 7 is actually doing our tabletop exercises, and week 10 we're going to celebrate our success and our learning. Let me share with you the game. The game is that when we do the tabletop exercises, we are looking for your ability to 1, fill requirements, 2, answer questions, 3, how fast you can fill requirements and answer questions, and ultimately 4, how can you satisfy your stakeholders? How can you give them information, fill the requirements, meet the needs of your organization? This is a subjective evaluation where we will decide who the winners are. The reward is you get to attend the CPSM Certification Bootcamp at any location that we have. This is a $2,500 value. So the entire team will receive this reward. So out of all of our competitors, one team, a team of 5, will actually win this, and you guys will be able to attend any of our boot camps anywhere live so that you can actually get the CPSM certification. So what you've received so far, in addition to our education webinars, is you've gotten the opportunity to build your mind maps, understand how to use mind maps. We received this book on supply chain management by the United States Marine Corps, where you understand leadership and learn how to use leadership in austere environments, crisis situations. And you've also received Captain Howard Knapp's new ebook, Military Resilience and Your Supply Chain, a guide to crisis planning. Now, if you haven't received any of these, make sure you go to these links or just send us an email and we'll send these things over to you so you can have the tools to move forward whether or not you decide to join our program. Our concern is most about your success in whatever you may do to make sure that your supply chain is successful. What are you going to get? 4 weeks of training, 1 week of building your plans, 4 weeks of exercising those plans, and a big celebration. What's in it for you? You're going to build the skills that's going to separate you from everyone else. While everyone else is currently doing nothing, you're going to be building your skill set to prepare for the next crisis. Your organization is going to be prepared and you will never be caught off guard again. What's in it for your organization? You're going to have skilled professionals. You're going to have processes for building plans for any situation, and you're going to leave this training with plans that are built, exercised, and ready for the next situation. And what's in it for everyone, most importantly, is experience in planning, experience in practicing these processes, and experience in dealing with crisis. Even though these are tabletop exercises, how many of us would have benefited from simply going through this process once before the current situation? Even if it appeared to be an absolutely unlikely situation, had you just simply talked about it, you would have been much more prepared than you are now. Our guarantee is that when you join the program, If after 30 days you feel this is not meeting your needs, just give us a call, send us an email, say, you know what, this isn't for me, I want my money back. And that's not a problem, guaranteed. We want people that find value in this organization, find value with this information, and want to be successful. And if you're not finding value, that's okay. Just give us an email, give us a call, and we will be happy to give you your money back. Just to share with you a relevant testimonial, we had Stephanie from University of California. She shared with us this testimonial just a few weeks ago, and I'd like to share it with you. I've been sharing supply chain thoughts this past week with Dr. Randy Malden. The synergy will assist both of us in lessons learned and driving market correction after this event, meaning the COVID event. The boot camp training that Randy provided in January, that's where we went and did our CPSM certification boot camp, provided a mitigation framework as we talked through disruption scenarios just like we are all going through right now. Now and during the recovery efforts is the time for procurement, purchasing, and supply chain professionals to highlight their value to their organizations. And when you join this program, we're going to give you tools to highlight your value, so again, you are not caught off guard in the future when any specific situation is going to happen. So now I want to share with you the best deal we have for this particular training. In the future, once the training is up and running, it's going to be $19.97 per person, but you won't pay that. You're not going to pay $19.97, $9.97, or even $697. What's going to be available for you until Friday, May 15th, is $497 per person. Go ahead and lock this in. And the value of this training, just imagine how much you may have lost or the frustration you had felt by just not being prepared. And had you simply planned for this once before the certain crisis, even if it was a different type of crisis, you would have had a crisis planning in place. Imagine how much better you would feel, how much more value you'd be able to add to your organization. So go ahead and opt in below and make sure that you lock in your price at $497 per person, because our training begins on May 18th. You have until Friday at midnight. After Friday, we're going to start to build our teams, lock everyone into the portal, make sure that they have all the tools that they need, and get everything put together so we can begin training on Monday, May 18th. Go ahead and click below and lock in your space into the training so you can get in it on this program and build better supply chains for your organization.